What's up, guys? This is Alternator, and today I will present you my updated version of my top 10 most favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So, you may find some cards that I placed on here will be somewhat different from the first top 10 that I did with Angel Wolf. Sorry, there ain't gonna be no Angel Wolf today, because she's pretty much busy with her business. Still a little bit upset about it, but oh well, whatever. So, without further ado, let's start with number 10. Now, number 10 is going to be pretty interesting because you could say that I had a complete change of heart when I chose this one. Number 10. Number 101, Silent Honor Arc. Okay, if you remember the previous videos that I've done, especially the top 10 most hated Yu-Gi-Oh cards with Angel Wolf, I said that number 101 Silent Honor Arc was number 2 on the list. I used to hate it so badly. But now, I can't say that I hate it anymore because I'm using it right now. And I really do like it now because, like, it really helps me with all the stuff. Like, the OP-ness really helps me. And, like, use Silent Honor Arc along with, like, Rank Up Magic Quick Chaos and put Chaos 101 Silent Honor Dark. That one just really helps me out, like, because like once per turn you can steal other people's monsters and put it as a, as a Exem material. Like, that helps a lot, especially if you're facing like challengers that are just ridiculously hard to beat. Excuse me. So yeah, I do like Silent Honor Arc, and yeah, a complete change from what happened the last time we discussed Silent Honor Arc. Number 9. Number 9, this is a card that I once just ignored because I thought it was just plain ridiculous, but it's Limit Reverse. Limit Reverse proved so useful to me a lot. Like, what it does is you activate it and you can special summon one monster that has 1,000 attack or less, and you have to do it in attack mode. And if you switch it to defense or the monster destroyed, you have to destroy that card too. At first I was like, what the heck is this? Like, why do you create this card? Like, it's basically a suicide mode, like, action. But then I realized the potential. Like, I use it, like, especially if I'm up for like a synchro summon. Like, I activate Limit Reverse. Okay, I'm special summoning Cherry and Mado or Plague Spreader Zombie, and I'll be like, oh, I'll tune this disc together to synchro summon, boom. Like, this is like one of the main reasons why I like Limit Reverse. And number 8. Number 8, the First Monarch. The First Monarch is the perfect trap monster you could ever play for a synchro material. I first used the First Monarch for a double tribute because the effects are like you can use that card as 2 tributes for a monster, for an attribute of your choice. I don't use that effect anymore. Like, in fact, I use it for a secret material most of the time. Like, especially on the deck that I like to use, which is like my version of the Dark Devour deck, or which I call the Dark Destruction deck because it, to my opinion, it has the potential of overcoming Perez's deck. But yeah, like, I just keep it set, like, on my spells and traps area. Someone attacks me directly, I can just activate the card, set it to defense mode, and it has 2400 defense, so it's actually a pretty good matchup. A good last minute defense, but it's kind of risky too because they may get over it with like spell cards too. But it's very useful, especially if you have like a lot of tuner monsters, like level 2 tuners, which I like to use. I have like Cherry and Mado, and I activate First Monarch. Tune that together to summon one of my signature synchros. So I like, yeah, the First Monarch. Number 7. Number 7 is pretty much ironic as well. Mass Change the Second. So in my hated videos, I said Mass Change was my number 5. I hated Mass Change, and I still do. Mass Change the Second is a different story. I like Mass Change to second because there's a cost to it. You discard a card and the monster, and you get to summon a Mass Hero. I used to hate Mass Heroes, but I really love them now because it's like a support. If it's Mass Heroes as a main deck, then I would really hate it. But as a support, go ahead, bring him on. And like, especially with the Dark Destruction deck I use, Mass Change the second really helps me, especially since I get to summon like Dark Law or Anki, and like they really help me out. So yeah, Mass Change the second, number 7. All right, number 6, Twin Twisters. Twin Twister, I did not realize how awesome that card is until I tried it myself. I like up until I started using it, I hated it because like people were just abusing the heck out of Twin Twister, and I was like, okay, I need to get that card for myself, and it really worked. It's like a complete, like it just replaces Mystical Space Typhoon, like all at the same time, and it really, like, especially with the deck that I like to use the graveyard for, it completely helps me out. Number 5, Lightning Kidori. Lightning Kidori. That card is beast. A rank 4 Xyz monster. As soon as it's Xyz summoned, you can select one face down card and send it to the bottom of the deck. And you can detach a material to send one face up monster and put it on one face up card and put it on the top of the deck. That works perfect for like monsters such as like Belize of Diabolic Dragons or Belizus of Diabolic Dragons, like something that you cannot destroy by battle or even card effects. That works so well with like Lightning Kidori. Like a challenger who's pretty much like around the same level as Perez, if I have to judge, use that card against me, and it just, like, I was a big fan of Kidori since then. So yeah, Lightning Kidori, number 5. Number 4. This card is a trump card for me every time, because I have to say it's much better than my other counterpart. Number 4, Deep Dark Trap Hole. Why did I choose Deep Dark Trap Hole instead of Bottomless? Bottomless, you can't, sure, the monster is banished, but you have to destroy it first, then banish it. We just usually skip the destroying part because it's just like a wasted step. But technically, you destroy the monster, then you banish it. But Deep Dark Trap Hole, you just instantly banish the monster. That's, yeah, a level 5 or above effect monster, which is a perfect card to use against like the nemesis, like Belize or Belizus, which someone used it against me one day, and I just popped Deep Dark, and he was like, no. So yeah, like Deep Dark Trap Hole, amazing card. I love it. Number 3. Number 3 is my favorite Masked Hero. Masked Hero Darklaw. Darklaw is an amazing card, both for material as well as a trump card. Masked Hero Darklaw. It's basically a breach into Prez's deck, because Prez relies on the graveyard, and Darklaw just completely shuts that down. Because any card that sent from the opponent's side will automatically be banished. So I'm basically like, Darklaw, attack, banish. And also, like, oh, if you pick a card from your deck other than your draw phase, I get to banish one card from your hand. How amazing is that? Sure, it's OP. Sure, a lot of people hate it, and it is pretty, like, freaking douchebag card, but hey, it helps. I used to hate it, now I love it. Number 2. Number 2, for a long time, should have been my number 1, but it's my number 2 card because I found another card that completely overpowered my number 2 card. My number 2, Belize of Diabolic Dragon. Belize of Diabolic Dragon is a long history, especially with the deck that I like to use. The Dark Destruction deck. Perez uses that card a lot too. and I know ways to defeat Billy's the Diabolic Dragons. As many of you would already guess, Deep Dark Trap Hole, Kaya's the Shadow Monarch, etc., etc. You could even like send it back to your hand or something. But either way, it's easy to get rid of bullies now, but for those who don't really know how to get rid of bullies, it's a very hard card to get rid of because I consider it a permanent shield for myself. But for those who know how to get rid of bullies, hats off to you. Because the first time I battled with bullies, and like the first few times, I hated it because I can't defeat it. Like as soon as I see bullies, I thought it was game over because you can't destroy by battle or by card effects. And if you attack it, and you take damage from it, then the monster gains the attack. So bullies just automatically be like, oh, I'll attack the higher level monsters so I can gain the attack points and destroy it eventually. So I hated it, but I started using it and I just love that dragon. If I can summon it anytime I want, I would summon it within a heartbeat. Thank you, Perez, for making me love that card. Now, number one. Number one is a brand new card that I just recently started using. And my hat's off to one of the duelists that I faced off against, which was the same duelist that I mentioned earlier. His name is Grace Tyler. Name that I'm not really familiar with, but he sure made a very good deck. I completely referred him to Prez, and I can't wait to see that duel. Hopefully. Anyway, so number one. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Oh my gosh, that dragon is unbeatable. You summon it and it's game over. Because as soon as a monster effect happens, you negate and destroy, and you gain the attack points of that monster. I mean, is that crazy or what? And I mean, the monster attacks, you activate, you gain the attack points too. So he's basically saying, you attack that thing and you lose. You attack or it attacks you, you're done. I still need to look at the card carefully just to see if it's not targeted by card effects or anything, because if it's not targeted by card effects, it's definitely OP. And most likely going to be banned if that happens, but I doubt it. But yeah, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, by far the best dragon that I could possibly come up with. And that with Belize. That with Belize would just be, I win, you lose, bye-bye. So, there you have it. My new version of the top 10 most favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry, I did say that I was going to do Pokemon videos on my last video that I did, my update. I said I was going to do Pokemon. Sure, it's another Yu-Gi-Oh one, which is not a bad thing, of course, but the thing is, it's really hard to come up with Pokemon because a lot of people already know the material. So, but I'll still try to come up with my opinions. I did come up with a top 10 list. I just need to completely know what to say in the list, so it will be a lot more interesting. I don't want the videos to be boring. So yeah, I'll try to do Pokemon videos too, but let's just see what happens. Anyway, comment, subscribe, do whatever you will, but like always, do not post any disgusting trash, so to say, no terrible comments, because I don't appreciate it. No one does either. But yeah, as always, this is Alternator, signing out.